Star Lanes West, Dallas, Texas, ready for the semifinal match. Chris Barnes survived the previous match and now goes up against Norm Duke and Mark Scroggins, who really doesn't compete a lot on the national tour.
No, he doesn't, but a great bowler. His twin brother Mike, PBA champion.
Opening shot, semifinal match.
Just simply a poor shot. You know, last week Barnes won with a 260 and then came back the next match and had problems. So see if he can do a little better this week.
A lefty from Amarillo, right in the pocket, and Marshall with all the players now, with 8 players, does something to the lanes.
Well, the lanes break down even faster.
Difficult spare, but picks it up. So really the top-seeded player really has an advantage.
Well, I certainly think so. And, you know, we always, as a player, you always want to qualify #1. That's where Steve Jarris is. But with 8 men, even more important.
Norm Duke, 35, out of Claremont, Florida. Winner of 16 national titles, 4 regional championships. And he sets an inner, gets a strike. He can play anywhere on the lane.
Well, very versatile player, and Duke living in Claremont, Florida, but originally from Texas, so a lot of family here watching.
Barnes with a spare to start this semifinal match.
Looks better down the lane. Now comes in a light.
Too much.
He said too much.
Ball just went too far down the lane, too long.
Scroggins, the West Texas A&M College bowling team coach, and he gets just the 10 pin. In fact, the team ranked number 3 in the nation.
And a bad break for Scroggins. When a professional hits the pins light like that, usually it's a strike.
Picks up the spare for Barnes in the second frame. Scroggins averaged 221 on this pair. Tossed a 300 game, 1 of 6 this week. In fact, he tossed 2 of them this week. Picks up the spare.
If you've had a heart attack caused by a complete...
Welcome back. Norm Duke still on top with both through a frame. Scroggins now has a double. He threw a strike in the 6th. Come back now with a strike in the 7th. Barnes spare in the 6th, trying to pick up the stubborn 4-pin. Duke threw a strike in the 6th. So Duke still on top, leading by 12.
Looking to extend the lead.
Trying to make it 2 in a row. He started off this semifinal match 4 in a row, then a spare. Back with a strike.
Well, that ball squirted off his hand, leaving a very, very difficult 258 spare to convert. And that put a little bit of bounce into Barnes' step. Gets him right back into the match.
Wichita State bowler brings it back.
And similar reaction for Barnes as the ball does not come back to the pocket. Tough spare. Went straight at it. He made it.
Do you recommend going straight at it or cross lane for the amateurs?
I think it's easier to hook at that spare, but I wouldn't argue with Norm Duke.
Picks up the spare. Barnes in the 8th frame.
Here's the Duke spare conversion. Very straight with the ball, covering all the pins with the ball and relieved to knock him down. Scroggins right now very much back in the match. This is for 3 in a row.
And Scroggins has had some tough breaks.
Well, soft 7-pin for Scroggins.
Duke up by 13 over Barnes. Eighth frame for Duke. Again, he sends it out, Marshall.
Well, he's lost something. Whether it's the lift off the ball or the lane oil conditioner is going down the lane further and the back ends are tightening up, something's gone wrong for Duke. Scroggins makes the 7-pin.
Well, Scroggins picks it up. His last television show was in 1993, finished 5th in Tucson. So it's been a while for Scroggins on the telecast. Now Duke, again, a difficult spare.
He's not maybe the best spare shooter out here. He is. Great spare from Duke as he takes the head pin into the 10. Think you like that one?
Couple of clutch spares for Duke.
Boy, and the pocket is just gone away.
Tilted, it doesn't make the corner. I go up back of it. It doesn't make.
Barnes trying a lot of different things. Nothing working right now.
It means he's lost. Scroggins in the 9th frame. And pocket.
He's the only one hitting the pocket, Phil, but he can't make all 10 pins fall over, and he's disappointed. He knows he's got a chance in this game, but he just can't make them fall. He leaves the 10.
Former Rookie of the Year, Barnes.
Difficult 3, 6, 9, 10.
Boy, some great spare shooting out here, Marshall.
Linda approves. Chris wondering what to do.
Duke has a possible 245, and Barnes at 222, and Scroggins 217. That's really Duke's game to win or lose, Marshall.
No doubt. Duke strikes in the 9th frame, gives him 185 through 8. Maintains that 13-pin lead, and for Barnes, 222, the best he can do. It would at least force Norm Duke to get up and mark in the 10th frame. Light last time on lane 46. Now Messenger, Bird Dog.
Game's a disaster.
Call it what you want. It tried to get back, but in front.
Well, you mentioned last week, Barnes. Superb game, 260 out the gate, and then struggled in match 2.
Well, it's happened once again, and I believe it's got to be the transition of the lane oil going down the lane, changing from game to game.
Scroggins gets it. He can still shoot 217.
And mathematically not eliminated.
Barnes a spare now in the 10th. He can shoot 211. They're all battling to